What's up? It's your boy Carcino here, and let's talk about it. What is the reason that they keep moving and adjusting show dates for like Joe Budden's podcast? We're going to get into that right now because a lot of people want to talk about Joe. And they was like, what's going on with Joe Budden? You got to tell us. All right. Since y'all want to do that, let's do that. Now, the Joe Budden podcast was going on tour. They actually was started off in Chicago next week. They're supposed to be coming here to Chicago to do their podcast. People kept hitting me up. You going to see Joe Budden? You going to see Joe Budden? You going to go up there and see Joe Budden? Why the hell would I go see Joe Budden? I'm a Joe Budden answer that. Huh? Huh? I'm not mesmerized. Why would I be showing up to see someone I don't listen to anymore? Huh? I'm not mesmerized here. So definitely hit the like button, subscribe to the video. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this. Joe Budden. The reason why this is talked about so much around the globe is because other people seem to have no recollection of anything that happened beforehand. Everybody is stuck in the now. You know? And when you're stuck in the now, you know what you forget? When you stuck in the now, you forget everything that was important. You forget everything that's important when you're stuck in the now. You forget everything that helped get you there. Joe Budden became popular with having Rory and Mal on the show. That's when the show started to take off. But Joe believed because the name was the Joe Budden podcast, it was all about Joe Budden. Now, when Joe Budden had his show, people could see right away, if you go to buy tickets for the concert and the Joe Budden show, you can see that these dates, if you go to buy them online at Ticketmaster to purchase tickets for the show, you could actually see that the show is not selling tickets. You see a lot of green. Green means available. And there's a lot of available tickets left. And you can go by each date. The Dallas, Texas show, all these shows, you can see that the tickets weren't selling. So he started a rollout before the tour where he's going around talking to people that he never talked to in years. Now he's going on all these small podcast shows. He's sitting down with academics. He's doing all these things that Joe Budden hadn't done, and I don't know how long. And it's like, man, why are you slumming it, Joe? You supposed to be Big Willie out here. It's because Joe Budden has never been a businessman. He's never been a guy that had it figured out. He's a guy that just keeps failing up. He keeps messing up and then he goes to another level. Mess up, then goes to another level. I believe academics told him something that was very truthful, and I agree with academics on it. Oh, please don't strike me with lightning. But he's a horrible boss. He's the last person you would want to work for. And when you have to say that about somebody that you respected, like Joe Budden, meaning the people that work with him, that's a sad thing. Now, it was clear to see they have a lot of tickets to be sold. So all of a sudden, Joe comes up with this incredible excuse. He goes, and he didn't want to do it on all social media. He wanted to do it on Reddit.com. The reason why he wants to do it on Reddit is because it's better than putting it on Twitter. It's embarrassing. He's seeing all the rumors that saying basically what we already know. You're not popping no more. But here it is. Some of y'all, the tickets are selling, just not rapidly. As expected with a first-time group, the venues are bigger. Probably shouldn't have been, but that's a convo for WME. William Moore's Entertainment. I don't know. I get the thinking. Not Reddit. My co-hosts have jobs. Rehearsal time I felt was too limited to perform at our best in 2 weeks. I will never sacrifice the content for a check. We aren't ready today. I also added surf to the live shows. So that makes 5 people that have never performed together and 2 that has never done it at all. Not to mention the designing of a whole new live show altogether. 2 people in our travel party currently have COVID. I get the jokes, but it's still business. There was nothing to lose from pushing it back. So now he's pushed it back. I was about to say that. The venues they chose was too big for what they were doing. They're too small to be going in for these large venues. But he has the agency that they entrusted rather to do this, put them in these venues. But they weren't ready. Now, he's saying that, I love the way he does that. He's saying that, well, we weren't ready. When were you going to be ready? That was my thing. When were you going to be ready? When was the time you were going to be ready? Please let us know. The world wants to know, when was Joe Budden going to be ready? Ish and Ash, whenever you start this, no matter when you start, it's going to be the first time they've ever done it. It's not rocket science. It's doing what they do every day in the damn booth. They're not going out there to rock the crowd. Yes, you rehearse what you're going to do on your show and everything else, but they're going to fall in line. Why did you add surf to the show? You added surf to the show because he's making your podcast better. Oh, Joe realizes it takes more than Joe. It is not Joe Budden that's making the car move. The bus ain't moving off the strength of Joe. What? I thought it was all you. I thought you were bringing all the people in. Your milkshake was bringing everybody to the yard, Joe. Everybody had a role to play. You didn't respect that. And that's why you're in the predicament you're in. Because you didn't respect what was going on. Now everything's messed up. And Rory and Mal can put a show together by themselves better or equal to what you're doing. And 9 times out of 10, it's better. You kept thinking money. You kept thinking cost. It's gonna flop when you got a guy who consistently flops and don't understand what it is that they're doing. Now, he brought up a very interesting point, saying that 2 of the guys on the crew, they have jobs. Like, they have jobs. Why do they have side jobs to do if they're on the Joe Budden podcast? Shouldn't the Joe Budden podcast be bringing in enough money to where these 2 gentlemen don't have to go to the 9 to 5 and beat down the door? Shouldn't that be taken care of? So Ish and Ash, they gotta go work their 9 to 5 and then come there and do the show and get a side piece check. You don't pay them enough to where they can not have to balance 2 jobs. They don't have time to rehearsal, and you can't pay for them to have time to rehearsal because they got to keep their jobs to keep you happy. Wow. Well, Sue Surf has definitely added something of value to the show. He's somebody with a pulse. So therefore, he's not a robot. Ish and Ash is like, we don't want to blow this check. But they don't know, they're not made for this. It's no offense, but if you can't see that, Joe, they're just not made for this. It's not working. Now, it might take you a long time and you might think I'm hating, but I've always been right when it comes to business and knowing situations. When I said you and academics, when they first put y'all together, I said this works. No matter me not liking academics, I knew that worked. That worked. Now, what's not going to work is academics, Whack 100, Hassan Campbell, and 6ix9ine. That won't work. I already know how that's going to end. You know, they all trolling right now, doing this fake, going at each other for attention and fame, which, you know, we've already went through and addressed. Now we got to sit back and wait and see what happens next. Oh, man. Joe Budden's going to realize that pushing this thing back was his only option. There was nothing else for him to do but push it back. He could blame COVID. He could blame everything. It was ticket sales. The venues were too big. And that's what he's saying. The venues are bigger. Probably shouldn't have been, but that's a convo that he's supposed to have with William Morris Agency, which I believe he signed to. When he's saying he gets to thinking. Talking about his co-hosts have jobs, rehearsal times, and he felt it was too limited to perform at their best in 2 weeks. But he'll never sacrifice the content for a check. And saying we aren't ready today. So it's typical Joe, you know. He show up one way and end up another way. I know. Not gonna hold y'all all day. Just wanted to give you my thoughts on it. And Joe, stop speaking on domestic violence. Let's get into that right now because I want to do this. Evelyn Rosado, whatever. She's hanging on to every little bit of social media, love and hip hop stuff she can hold on to. Okay, that woman is out to destroy any black man she can to get famous. Okay, she wants to remain relevant in the game, and the only way she can is by telling stories of people she done been with and everything else. It's completely insane. Now, I, on the other hand, don't have any interest whatsoever in being involved with none of this nonsense. Now she's mad because Joe done brought it up the fact that she uses her exes to boost her popularity and boost herself up. But Joe, he's not in position to even have those conversations. And the reason why Joe ain't in position to have those conversations is because Joe has done some egregious things himself. So he should have never even been speaking out. He should have just shut up about Evan Lozada. But once again, Joe wants his opinions to mean something. Plus, he's trying to drum up interest for his tour. That is why he's going out doing all this stuff, moving around the way he's moving around. So, in case anybody had any inkling as to what was going on, that's what's going on right now. So, as long as y'all know that, we can move on. My Cash App is Carcino, as it says below on the banner. My Patreon is Carcino for life. We got some breaking news on what really happened with the Cavs, with LeBron's situation. We also have news about, you actually can hear the audio of me and Wack having a conversation on the phone. That's about a 30-minute conversation me and Wack had. It got kind of heated. It was very interesting. But what I wouldn't do was let him get away with telling me what I could do and what I couldn't do. I'd be like, look, what you do, you do. What I do, I do. So we got that address and, we part as men. Now, and from that, we got to move forward and get into bigger and better things. So don't forget to subscribe here to hit that notification bell. It's your boy Carcino. I'm out. Shouts out to all the greats out there that's getting it done. Like Welcome to HD with the 2 Eyes TV. He was out there grinding as he also taking care of his mom. At the same time, just put your prayers up for him and his family. Jose Rodriguez is out there, praying for all his health and everybody else's health out there. At the time you seeing people, just lose their lives. Reality hit that life is not long, it's short. Make it count for something. Do something positive today. Get out there and make a plus for yourself. I'm out.